Welcome back to TDC Today. I'm Jay Stoyan, and on the set today we have from the Mississauga Steelheads Hockey Club, Jason Cullen. Jason, thanks for being on the show today.
No worries, Jay. Thanks for having me out.
Very excited, as we were big promoters, big supporters of the Mississauga Steelheads. As you see us out there in the Paramount Fine Food Center, in the private box, in the arena, we interviewed the coach, the GM. Wonderful team, wonderful opportunity to meet a great bunch of young men, hockey players, athletes. Jason, let's get right into it. So tell us a little bit, and I know you're an account executive, so tell us what that really means, and then we'll get into the team.
Yeah, so account executive and ticketing and community partnerships is my official title. Essentially what I am one of the head point of contacts for anyone within the community, so companies such as TDC here, schools as well. I'm generally in contact with schools, principals, and we go to a lot of fun fairs, a lot of community events. And we really are just trying to make a positive presence within the Mississauga community and generally within the GTA.
I find that so commendable because, hockey teams, their whole focus a lot of times is winning, right? Win, it's all about winning. But to say that you guys have added the community, in giving back, and I think that's wonderful. So tell me how you got into the Mississauga Steelheads. How did that happen? Because I know you're relatively new still, right?
Yeah, so this is actually my 8th month as, I guess, an employee here with the Steelheads. I graduated from Brock University, and with that I got an internship. So that was from January to April where I completed my internship, and then luckily enough they had a position that became available in April, and I got hired on in middle of May there. And so it's all kind of new to me, but there's some obvious things that you've learned along the way as an intern that you try and draw your experiences upon, but it's extremely exciting and extremely valuable lessons for me.
That's a real good scenario. Like, that's kind of lucky, right?
It was kind of lucky. I did come out quite a bit of luck.
Now, are you a sports guy in general? Or?
I am a sports guy. I'm a big Toronto fan, so anything Leafs, Raptors, Rock, anything like that, and then obviously Steelheads fan through and true.
Do you live out in the Peel region? Like, are you familiar with the Paramount Fine Food Center, like the Hershey Center and all? Like, were you familiar with it too much, or?
It was actually all pretty much brand new to me. The Paramount Fine Food Center, I'd never heard of it, but I had heard of the Hershey Center beforehand.
Okay, yeah.
So that was all brand new experience to me. Originally, I am from the Guelph Milton area.
Okay.
Just kind of outside in the country there. Live on a 100-acre farm with my family. So
nice.
Bit of a drive in every day, but generally the Peel region is kind of new to me, but it's really taken me in as one of my own. I plan on moving in here in the next little bit, and I'm obviously excited to keep working within the region.
So take us through your daily interactions, and how much do you actually interact with the athletes?
With the athletes, it's sad to say, but almost nothing at all.
Almost nothing.
I would love to, we obviously love to have the guys up in the office and interacting with us, but for the most part, they are, at least during the summer, they don't let us find them. We've been trying our hardest. We've checked every closet and every corner, but they haven't made their way back to the rink yet, but they'll soon be out here. Beginning of September, training camp start. We're getting the team together, and we'll meet all the guys out there.
Speaking of training camp, I know myself and our team, we were out at the Paramount Fine Food Center a couple weeks ago maybe now, and in the morning, and we saw all the hockey players running through the halls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's their big go-tos. You got to watch out because they will just run you over.
That's great, though.
Generally, there's a soccer ball there with them, too, just to really try and take out some ankles as well. That's their favorite thing to do. But it's, it's pretty exciting to see them through. And that's just another thing, right? You'd never see that with a big league team. You get that close community feel when you're with the Steelheads.
That's wonderful. And do they do the stairs at all?
They do, but only once or twice. They'd be gassed if they did that. Yeah, that too.
So let's talk a little bit. I know we were talking, last year you guys had one of your players who made such a big splash within the community.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about the humanitarian angle.
Absolutely. So our assistant captain, NC12, Nick Kanata, he was one of our we're extremely proud of him. There's not enough that we could say about him. He's just a fine young gentleman, a fine young kid. He's going to be going places. He actually recently was with the New Jersey Devils for a training camp there. So he's been doing really well for himself. But what he did in terms of the community is he raised over $5,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society off an Instagram post. He said, "You like this, we'll give $2 for every single one." And there was a point where he had to cap it because unfortunately he just doesn't have the resources, but he was over 10,000 likes.
Wow.
So unbelievable job. And then additionally with that, he did win the Ontario Hockey League Humanitarian of the Year award. So he went and received that award down at the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Wow. And what is he, 17, 18?
He is 18.
18.
Year, yeah.
We would love to get him on the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would love to interview him. I
have
think
Kanata
that's so great. Like for somebody that
he is
do
extremely good within the Mississauga community, and it's not even just with the Steelheads, it's just as a person. He's an outstanding person, and outstanding young man.
I think if we could have the opportunity, I think that's what we'd really like to build on with the team is focusing on giving back, how people help their community. I know they're a little young for foundations, but I'm sure at one day they're going to have them. But that's kind of our focus at the Disability Channel. I mean, everybody loves their sports, right? We love who scores and who wins and all that stuff. But along with that, we're also big on the community, giving back. And we like to showcase the people that take the time to do that, because a lot of times that gets missed. You know, sports figures, it's all about, winning and who scored the most goals. But there's also an angle, a humanitarian angle. So that's the angle we'd really like to sort of build on with the Mississauga Steelheads Hockey Club. Tell me a little bit, how'd the team do? So how'd the team do?
So we ended 5th in our division last year. We were the youngest team in the OHL, so we're only expecting to go up from here. We've got a few marquee players that were drafted this year in the NHL draft. We had Thomas Harley go 17th overall to the Dallas Stars. Again, just an extremely genuine kid, an extremely nice kid. We could not be prouder of him as an organization. Additionally, we had Cole Schwint drafted to the Florida Panthers, and then Kean Washcrook, he was drafted in the 4th round, I believe, to the St. Louis Blues, the Stanley Cup champions.
Let me ask you this. So, say the young guy who got drafted 17.
Yeah.
Have you had any feedback on what that was like for him?
No, we haven't yet. We've really, all of our feedback's almost kind of been through articles about him.
Okay.
And as a kid, he's a very quiet, very nice, very straightforward kid, and you can see it in all the interviews. All the write-ups and everything like that. Quiet, solid, smart, keeps to himself, but only in the best way, right? Nothing that he's quiet in terms of personality, but he's a great hockey player, and we're extremely excited to have him back out this year.
That would be a moment in time, is having a camera on one of the athletes, watching the draft on TV, I would assume, and just with his family in the living room and have the camera on him and say, drafted number 12 is la la la.
Well, actually, he was actually at the arena. I forget where they did. I think it was Vancouver this year they did the draft. He was down there, and so he got up on Sportsnet.
He's a first rounder.
Exactly. So Sportsnet, he was on Sportsnet there doing the interviews, and he handled himself pretty well. So as I said, we're extremely excited for him over at the Steelheads.
Well, that's great, Jason. I really thank you for coming on today. If people want to get involved with the Mississauga Steelheads, how could they get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is MississaugaSteelheads.com.
Yep.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, every major social media platform. You can feel free to reach out to us through that. Additionally, we're just there at the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. So if you ever want to stop by the office, discuss some hockey, you've got 4 big hockey fans that are working there in the office that would be more than happy to help you out. And generally anything community-wise too. If you guys have events or anything like that you're looking for support, never be afraid to reach out to us, because we're always looking to give back to the community.
Well, that's great, Jason. Again, on the show today, who we had from Mississauga Steelheads, Account Executive Jason Cullen. I want to thank the Mississauga Steelheads for giving us the opportunity and the kindness to come to your arena all the time. I want to thank Paramount Fine Food Center, obviously the hospitality, the kindness, the generosity has been amazing. Thank you, Mohammed. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with Frank Soroka and his guests. Stay tuned. You're watching TDC Today.